It has been an amazing year. I have learned so much. I have tried a lot of new things. Coming on YouTube and especially showing my face on YouTube was a huge, I guess, goal achieved for me. So I'm really excited about that. I want to give you one last video. And I know that it's really close to Christmas time, and a lot of the deals that are coming up might be more Christmas related. But if you really like the deals, they're really great, then go ahead and stock up for next year. If you like what you see and you want to try to order some so you can prep for next year, I highly recommend it. Let's get going. Here is the big bundle of things that Temu has sent me, and I am ready to create some last minute gifts that I haven't had the opportunity to until now. So let's look at some of the things that I've created for my kids' teachers and for some colleagues. Here is a fabulous bundle of these wood rounds that you can use as ornaments, you can use as coasters. It was a pack of 42 for a little over $26. Fantastic.
So I had two ideas here. I thought I was going to put the eye hooks in and drill them in, which is fine. Like I could do it. I used this little hand screwdriver thing or drill, sorry. And then I thought, well, let's try to see if the wood would split if I drilled a hole. And it didn't. So ideally, this is going to be faster. I'm going to go with this. It's also going to be cheaper because I don't have to buy a bunch of eye hooks, which I have, but you know, if I can save them for another project, I will. So that's what we're going to do.
I ended up going a completely different route and decided to make the coasters instead of the ornaments. So the first thing I did was I sprayed all of the rounds with this gloss spray paint. I then decided to decoupage on some of the papers that I still had left over. This is one of Connie's beautiful snowmen. She makes the best snowmen. And from Connie's Lines and Designs. I also did some of Royce's papers. And then for other ones, I just used one of my IOD stamps in the script and then followed up with some various transfers that I still had left in my stash. I created a wide variety of different coasters, and the fronts of them all have either, some of them, most of them, I guess, are holiday themed. But then there are several that I also created using more year-round designs. Some of them was that Royce's I forget the name of the stamp, but it's got more of like that collage of lettering and different fonts. And then the sunflowers that I had still left in my stash, just trying to use up as much as I can for the end of 2024. I also had a beautiful blue bird that was from Connie's Lines and Designs. So I definitely used a wide variety of different things that I had on hand. I am now finishing up the fronts of the coasters, or the one side of the coasters, with 2 coats of the Varathane sealer. It is a satin finish, and I am doing that so that I can ensure that it does not get ruined if some drips of water or something else some condensation were to get onto those coasters. But now it's time to do the backs of those coasters. So let's see how we finish off that side. I decided to paint the backs in a variety of different colors and used colors that I felt coordinated well with the designs that were on the front. So some of them are getting this Chesler, which is a fusion all-in-one paint. I have Bayberry for several of them, Highlander, which is a very deep red for some of them, and then I ended up using Wellington, which is an almost black, but it's more of a greenish black for the last set. To embellish the backs of these coasters and actually make them a little bit more reversible, I decided to put together a variety of the snowflakes from the Vintage Snowflake stamp set, the most recent release by IOD. And after doing one or two this way and having some of the little snowflakes fall off of the back sheet, I ended up deciding to flip it around, and instead of placing the stamps on top of my coasters, I decided to take the coaster and actually stamp it on top or place it on top of the stamps to get my impression. I just love how all of them look together. I think that's why I keep showing them to you in this big bunch. I will say that over the weekend, this was not one of the products that was most liked by my customers. I had other products that sold a lot more readily, including my ornaments and my journals. So I decided to come up with some ways that I could use these coasters as part of a gift basket. I'm taking various baskets that I've already upcycled and have been in my stash. This first one has more of a rustic vibe to it. I did this during one of my collabs with a Shelly from Repurposed My Way. It was the rustic Saturday or rustic Wednesday, but on Saturday collab that was earlier. I think it was in August. And I am now just taking a variety of different products that I've made throughout the year that did not sell at my craft show and seeing how I can put them together into a gift basket. I decided on these two coasters, so I ended up using these two coasters instead of any from that set you just saw because I felt as though this had more of the rustic vibe that I was going for this little basket. I also had these little snowman tags that I got from Temu, and set of 24 for $4.79 is a really great deal. They are adorable. They also have a little bit more of like that shiplap wood kind of texture to them on the front. So you'll be able to see that in a little bit. I then decided that I wanted to add these little bells. There are these adorable little bells, a bronze set for, there's a set of 100 and they are bronze. And that was for what, $77.68. Again, a really great deal. And I know I'm only using one, but I have 99 more that I can save in my stash for next year. Now it is time to set up the bag. I thought about some of these little post-it sets that I also got from my Temu pack, but I felt like, again, they were so bright and kitschy and they just don't go with the vibe of this specific gift basket. So I decided against it. I did, however, have these little mini sticky notes that are about either an inch or an inch and a half squares. And that set of 11 was $3.18. I just found one that I felt was an appropriate color that kind of went with the style of the basket. Added that in a pen into my little sweater weather burlap bag. And then I thought, what else can I add to this little set to make it, you know, a little bit more, I don't know, unique and different. So I decided to add a couple of these little packs that I had created. One of them is just gift tags. The other one is one that can be like a treat bag of some kind. And then I added these adorable tape measures. They look like big tape measures, but they roll out to about 3 feet in length. I absolutely love them. And a pack of 10 was $5.49. So again, I have a variety of those that I can use in upcoming gift baskets or other, you know, types of decor. So I think now I'm going to take it out and show you guys exactly what it looks like. Look at this. This is adorable. And the last step is to just tie this ribbon around the basket and just kind of give it a little bit more of a finishing touch. I have had this burlap ribbon or whatever in my stash for a long time. I think this is a Dollar Tree item, which, you know, I don't shop at Dollar Tree often. So this was way back when I started my crafting journey. So it was a really great, in my opinion, a really great finishing touch, especially for somebody like me who does not do bows. And then I decided to add one of my little tea treat packs. It has a little candy cane and then some tea. I actually think I changed it and I put 2 tea bags in it since I had 2 coasters. I thought that would be a good little like set. And this first gift basket was complete. Okay, so here is what you will do. You are going to click the link in the description box, and when you do that, it will take you immediately to the Temu page. There are 2 offers down there. One where you can get a $100 coupon bundle. So that's for returning users or all users. And then there's an even more special deal for those who are new to Temu. So make sure to check that out. Here are some of the items that were in this haul that I had, and all of these are kind of your special deal if you want to take a look at that. And then down here there's a couple of other things that you might want to look into. Remember, if you don't want to get this stuff now because you're like, oh, I already have, you know, done for the year, everything, completely understandable. However, If you can get this deal now at a really good price, I highly recommend it. I did that last year and it was so easy to get started with my DIYs and everything for my craft fair this year by having all that all in my stash and ready to go. So, something to consider. Let's get back into it. For the second gift basket, I am using the very first spindle box I ever created. It has been painted in white and the spindle was left as is. And now I'm using the stencil from my Temu pack, and there was a set of 15 different stencils. So they were all really cute, really unique. Some of them were even rounded, so they could be used on either wood rounds or anything that's not necessarily like a rectangle shape, which I actually really liked and appreciated too. Once I finished that up, I did use Chesler by Fusion for that paint color. I'm going to be filling it with some of the items that I have left over from my craft fair. So I have a journal pack. It's so funny, when I bought this pack, I bought lined paper on purpose, but when I was at the craft fair, a lot of people were asking me if they were blank pages on the inside because they wanted to buy one that was like a sketchbook. So that is definitely an idea that I'm keeping in my notes for next year, to create some that are lined and some that are either the grid form or that have blank pages so they can be used as a sketchbook. I thought that was great. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. So then we have our Post-it packs. I've shown this to you. It's similar to the treat bag. It just fits a 3x3-inch Post-it. My coasters, and as you can see, we're coordinating the snowman. The backs of it matches the paint, and the journal has the same beautiful snowman by Connie. And then I started to think, what could I use this for? Who could I give this to? And I thought, oh my gosh, I have yet to buy presents for the teachers, my kids' teachers. And so I then decided, okay, this is going to be for Mr. Harper. It is my first year purchasing any kind of gift for any of my kids' teachers who is a man. So I'm like, I have to make sure I give this more of a masculine vibe. And I felt that those snowmen, he's a kid teacher, so he definitely knows it's going to get a little bit, kiddish. But I decided to make sure that everything else I put in there allowed it to be a little bit more, I don't know, I guess a little bit more of a masculine vibe. And so I felt that that little tag that was in the front worked really well. And also the Tic Tacs chapstick, everybody uses that, right? And then I believe I ended up adding a bookmark too. So you'll be able to see that in this final reveal. So now it was time to work on my son's teacher's gift. And I liked this little box. I ended up deciding to stencil on Mary, and I used a more vibrant red, not the Highlander, which is what I typically would use. Or I don't even think I used the DIY paint with this one. I think I just used another red paint that I had in my stash. And then I just grabbed some tissue paper, just some normal gift wrap tissue paper, and I just wanted to kind of fill the base of the basket just to give it a little bit more color, a little more pizzazz, and allow it to kind of enclose all of the things that I'm going to place inside. I added a coaster, a tea treat pack, which I left as just the candy cane and the tea bag. I also added in this bookmark that I created on my laser cutter, and it says, "Between the pages of a book is the perfect place to be." I love that little quote. And so I added that into this as well. I definitely wanted to include a journal, and I wanted to find a way to include some greenery. Before I did that, I grabbed my snowman pack, and the only thing I switched out was I took out the candy canes because I already had that in the tea tree bag, and I added a nail file instead. And then I kept the journal and the pen. I used purple because when I asked what her favorite color was, all my son said was, "I don't know, but I know that most teachers like purple, so that's what we're going with." And then the little tape measure, which again I think is adorable, and I feel like any teacher would just love it because it's tiny. Anything tiny and that can fit in your bag or whatever, that is functional, I feel like is adorable. So I set all that up, and then I grabbed the last of the little mugs that I had left over from the craft fair. This was the only one that was left. Ironically, it's my favorite, and now it will hopefully go home to a home that loves it. I then had my friend text me last night and tell me she needed 2 gift baskets from me, so I was able to create 2 more, and I do not want to showcase them in too much detail, mainly because I'm worried that those people will see this video. So I'm giving you a quick clip and then we're moving on. Here you go. Here's a quick peek at my craft fair setup. I only got 2 pictures, and that's what I'm showcasing for you guys today. I'm happy to say that I did pretty well. I made about 4 times what I paid for the space, which makes me very happy. I will say that I know I didn't make a major profit, but there were so many other things that were amazing about this year. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I look forward to 2025 with you.